Out in California, huh? Well, I should have known. What's the matter, Herb? Aren't there any good lawyers out there?
Hundreds of them.
Yes, I know, but you're the only one that's convinced she's innocent.
How'd you guess? Now, what about that fire?
Well, the case is still open. They haven't determined the cause of the fire yet.
I see. John, a woman whose husband was killed in that fire threatened Pinkley. Could you try and locate her?
Okay, Herb. I'll check it out and call you right back.
Better make it tomorrow. I'm on my way to see Harvey Pinkley's partner, Bruce Paulson.
Good. Hi.
How'd you get here?
Same way you did. By jet. Say, this is a nice room. How are the beds?
I haven't had a chance to find out yet. Now, why did you come here?
Now, is that nice? I traveled 3,000 miles to see an old friend, and he asked me why.
Oh, don't give me that, John. You know as well as I do that you couldn't have come here without the chief's approval.
You know you're getting to be a regular nag. Say, this isn't bad at all.
Am I right?
Well, you stumbled onto something that involves the department. The chief thought I should come out and follow it through.
Well, how nice of him. Before packing, did you try and locate that widow?
Oh, only a picture of it taken by a newspaper photographer at the time of the fire. There it is, and stories on Pinkley. Oh, and that's a picture of the lady in question. Name's Willoughby, Mary Willoughby.
She changed it. At Pinkley and Paulson's, she's known as Henrietta Carlton.
The next morning, after Weston checked in with the local detectives assigned to the case, we went to the gown shop to question Mrs. Carlton.
Well, they seem to be doing a great business. You know, Herb, this is the kind that'll never give you any trouble.
You never know.
Oh, Mr. Maris, I was expecting Henrietta.
Well, isn't she here?
No, and we're all worried sick. We've scheduled a showing for noon, and if she isn't here to handle the gowns, I don't know what we'll do. We've been
Henrietta Carlton had been killed to keep her from talking, but I had no proof of this, and couldn't so testify at the coroner's inquest, where Paulson and his employees had been questioned extensively. The elderly wardrobe woman had slashed her wrists, and the verdict was suicide.
Terrible. Just terrible. Poor dear Henrietta. Why would she do it?
You've known all the time she was Mary Willoughby?
Yes, ever since we formed our partnership. Harvey felt sorry for her. She lost her husband in the fire at his shop.
Don't tell me you gave her that job because she threatened him.
The threat, as you call it, was made in anger. Harvey understood. Otherwise, he never would have had her come to the coast when we opened our shop here.
Then why did she change her name?
Well, you see, a great many people in the industry knew about the fire and her threat. We felt it would save embarrassment all around. Now, if you have no further questions, I really must get to work.
Certainly. Have you made a complete investigation of the company finances?
Herb, are you thinking about that insurance policy? Well, they're not rolling in wealth, but up to now they've managed to stay out of the red.
Miss Webster.
Yes?
I wonder where we could find Miss Brown.
I haven't the slightest idea, Mr. Maris. She left the day after Henrietta was killed. But if you'd like to reach her, why don't you call her agent? That's Models Incorporated. They're in the book.
Thank you very much.
Why the sudden interest in Miss Brown?
There's got to be a connection between the two murders. Financial or emotional.
Well, it could be we've overlooked something in Pinkley's past, and it could be that Marion Green is guilty. The DA has a strong case against her.
I wish you'd take another close look into Pinkley's personal life.
Sure.
But first, I want to see Miss Brown at Grauman's Chinese Theater. From the shop to wear to a party?
You too? I wonder how that story got started. No, I didn't. But I'm beginning to wonder.
About what?
Well, Henrietta. She asked me the same thing.
When did she ask you?
Right after you left the shop. The day before she was found dead.
Henrietta stayed in the shop the night that Pinkley was murdered, waiting for you to return a dress. If you hadn't borrowed a dress, who could have told her you had?
Well, it could have been Mr. Pinkley, or Mr. Paulson, or even Miss Webster.
I see.
Just one more question, Miss Brown. Why did you leave Pinkley and Paulson?
The best reason in the world, money. Why, I'll get paid more for one day here than they paid me in a whole month. And they pay well. Well, I have to get back to work. Lieutenant, Mr. Maris.
Miss Brown.
Oh, if you get time, give me a call. I'll show you the sights.
Oh, I'll make time.
Yeah, I'll bet you will.
Hello?
Oh, hello. Say, listen, you were right. I just left Pinkley's doctor's office. He had no intention of going to Paris or anywhere else. I'll tell you about it when I see you. Right now, I want to have a little chat with Palson.
Well, I'm meeting him at the Coliseum in half an hour. How about meeting us there?
Good. Palson, drop it! Drop it, Palson!
Yeah, what'd you find out?
Harvey Pinkley was a sick man, but he wasn't sure how sick. Now, he didn't want Marion to know for fear she would give up her chances of a career to be with him.
To cover up, he told her he was going to Europe.
That's right.
Well, what about taking credit for the designs?
Well, he knew the line wasn't selling, so he wanted to take the blame himself, especially after hearing from his doctor. Oh, excuse me a minute, Herb. Herb! You okay?
Yeah, what'd you find out?
Harvey Pinkley was a sick man, but he wasn't sure how sick. Now, he didn't want Marion to know for fear she would give up her chances of a career to be with him.
To cover up, he told her he was going to Europe.
That's right.
Well, what about taking credit for the designs?
Well, he knew the line wasn't selling, so he wanted to take the blame himself, especially after hearing from his doctor. Oh, excuse me a minute, Herb. Alton, you should have had more patience.
Patience?
Yes. The doctor had taken some tests, and Pinkley found out the truth just 2 hours before he was murdered. The doctor had given him at the most only 6 months to live. Take him in. Get his coat. Who's that?
An old friend.
Hi. Lieutenant.
Hi.
I brought a friend.
Oh, where is she?
Hi. And I brought a friend.